Hello YouTube, my name's Jason. I'm a junior at Morehead State University, as well as a resident advisor working in the Mignon complex. This will be my 4th semester working as an RA, and I'm very excited for the fall coming up. I'm making this series of videos to show how I set up my room. When people come to my room for the first time, they're usually mind blown, and they say, "How'd you get all this stuff in here? How'd you set it up? How'd you go about doing all this?" So I'm making this series to show from the beginning to the end how I set up my room and how I get everything there. This first video will be showing just the floor plan, the basic floor plan of the room, and then my idea of how I would like the floor plan to be. This is all done in a program called Smart Draw 7. I really like this program. Everything that you'll see in here is to scale. It's all been measured out, the room itself as well as all of my furniture. So the way that it is in the plans is how it'll be in real life. So let's take a look. Alright, so this is the basic floor plan of what one of the rooms looks like with its furniture in there to scale. Right down here is where the hallway is and the door. In here there are the 4 desks with the 4 desk chairs, 2 wardrobes, and then each desk has one of these little side things. It's got some drawers on it that have wheels on it and it can roll around. It doesn't have to be beside the desk if it doesn't want to be. Down here is the radiator and a little picture window. You come in here and you have the 2 sinks. You have some drawers and some cubbies beside it. Then you have the shower room as well as the toilet room. And then in here you have is where are the 4 beds, 2 more wardrobes, one of those little side things. There's another radiator and a big old picture window right here, and then the outside out there. In a second I'll show you how I plan to set my room up. Like I said, all of this is to scale, so what you see in here is how it will fit in the room. And you'll notice that not all of the furniture is present in these rooms, and that's because being an RA, you don't have to have the room to full capacity, and some of the furniture has been pulled out for other rooms where furniture got old or things like that. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so this is how I plan to set up the room. My roommate and I, we've gone through and we've planned everything out. I know it's a lot to look at here, so I'll just go over it and just bear with me for a moment. So down here is where the hallway is, and you walk into the room. All 4 wardrobes are in the front room. We decided to make the front room our bedroom and the back room the living room, just because the back room was slightly bigger. But we decided to divide up the room half and half, so he has his own office space, so to speak, and I have my own office space. This way we don't distract each other, we can both get work done, but we also have a living room that is my office, but we share and we can invite friends over and do whatever. We share everything. So if you look in here, both of our beds are right here. They're lofted beds, so they're kind of underneath, and what's underneath them is sitting on top in these images. But he's an avid gamer, so he has a really nice game set up. He has 2 monitors, a keyboard, and mouse, obviously. So everything's right there. That's underneath his bed. He is an awesome piano player. That's his major. So he practices a lot, so he has his own keyboard, a really nice keyboard. That'll be underneath my bed. These little instruments that you see here, those are phones, as I'll talk about later in the video. I'm really big into rotary phones, so that is the icon that I found for phones. These are lamps. Those are rugs. I do not have any rugs that look like that, so do not be concerned. As we go up here, you'll notice all this is the same as the previous video. And in here is my office / living room. So you notice we have a kitchen cabinet. We do have a lot of cabinet space that we didn't used to have in the place we lived last year, but this kitchen cabinet also kind of works as our table that we eat at, so that's why we plan on keeping it. We got our fridge, trash can, rocking chair with a little table beside it, sectional, end table, lamp. This is my setup. I do some games. I'll post some of those on this channel, but I don't do too much gaming. I just really like the 3 monitors for productivity, and it's just really nice. This is a typewriter. I'm thinking about not bringing that. As you'll see later on in the video when we start moving stuff, you'll see I'm really big into collecting antiques and just vintage things. So that's why I'm not really going to explain why it says cash register right there. So you'll just bear with me. You'll see what all that's about later. And then I have a vintage stereo that I bring along. I have some records as well as my roommate, and we play our albums on that. So that's the whole setup, how I plan for it to be. So yeah. Well, that's my plan for the room. Check back later for an update on the plan, as well as the moving process. I'll have the whole thing videoed, showing how I get everything in, how I place everything where it is, as well as hanging stuff on the wall and putting things away, following, the different rules that most colleges have for hanging stuff up and different things like that. And some different products that I've used and some stuff that I like better than others. But like I said, check back later for that. Also, as many of my friends know, I am a rotary phone junkie. I have 6 of them in the room at the moment, and I just really enjoy using them and restoring them, repairing them, and just messing around with them. So check back later for an update on my whole setup. I use a Bluetooth gateway so that my cell phone as well as my roommate's cell phone, they ring through. We can make calls through that, as well as a VoIP system for an added line. So like I said, check back later if that's something you're interested in too.